Slow mornings are more important for your productivity than any other hack, framework, method, or anything that you heard about. Hello and welcome again. My name is William Meller, and today I'd like to bring an interesting discussion about productivity. I always get some different questions about this because I've been writing about productivity for many, many years. And one of the things that people usually ask me, it's about the framework, the tool, what I'm doing that is making me do more things or do things better throughout the day or throughout the week. But the point is, no one never asks about the most important thing, that is the behavior. You know, I've been talking with a lot of people from different areas, from IT, from the other industries around, and the point that I see from different professionals when they feel that they are productive is always the behavior. They behave differently in front of the different situations they have in the day. They behave different when they are building the list of things they want to accomplish every day. And that is exactly the point that people never think about when they are building their system or what they are going to rely on to be productive or to get things done on their days. Many people don't understand that just starting their days in a slow pace or in the right pace is going to be crucial to all the energy management that is going to spread around the different hours and the different situations in your day. You know, energy management is exactly the thing that changed completely the game to me when it comes to how I see all the things in the different areas of my life and everything that I need to accomplish. And why I'm saying that? Well, basically, if you think about time management, that is very hard to predict what is going to happen specifically. You can organize your agenda in a net zero form where you have all the blocks organized, but you cannot predict, or at least not exactly, how your energy is going to flow if you're only taking into consideration the time allocation for that. And that is probably the most important thing you should be taking in consideration when planning your day or planning your week. Let me give you an example, okay? If I know that on that specific day I'm going to have a very important meeting that is a long one and it will take a lot of energy from me, it's much better that I organize my day in a way that I know that my energy will be a bit drained after that meeting. It means that everything after that will not take the same energy is I'm repeating myself, but will not take the same concentration from myself and not the same kind of uh, specific power of my brain. I think that is the best word, the power of the brain. Because if you take in consideration everything that you did before that meeting, maybe you accomplish a lot of things and you are feeling productive. But then you have so many other things to do after that meeting and you forgot about this energy management thing and you're not going to keep the same pace. And that is where people make a lot of mistakes planning their weeks as well. If you know that by Thursday or in the middle of the week, you are going to be more tired because the beginning of the week was super focused on things that drain your energy a little bit, maybe you could, if you can influence on that, organize your week so those things on Thursday and Friday will take a different kind of concentration and will require different kind of energy from you as well. Many professionals cannot influence on that. They cannot influence on how their agenda are being, driven by other people. That is unfortunately something that is not going to help you if you want to think in energy management, but you still can coordinate everything else that happened during your day outside of work. Let's come back to the mornings. As I said in many different videos, I always start my days by reading a little bit of a book. That is my morning ritual. I always do that. It can be sometimes in the Kindle, sometimes even a book on my phone or a paper book. Whatever works, whatever I'm reading that time. But I start with that because that way I am controlling the first thing, and the most important thing is your first thing in the morning. If you just wake up and start scrolling social media and start watching something that will require, some kind of different parts of your brain to, be prepared to all those bombarding of lights and information, your brain will start already accelerated, and that will be harder to take control after your day start. So if you can control your very first activity, you can control the rest of them much better because your brain already have the pace. But back to energy management, now connecting all the dots. The way I'm doing things is I know by experience and by knowing myself that I work much better on harder tasks early in the morning. My brain is like refreshed. I can put a lot of concentration. So I try to bring those more effort situations and tasks to the beginning of my day. Even if I need to start earlier, I try to do that. The meetings, if I have meetings that are more like soft in the sense of the energy they require to me, I try, if I can influence, to have them in the afternoon. Because I know that by that time my brain will be a little bit more tired, not super tired yet, but a little bit more tired to act on some kind of activities that require deep concentration or some kind of deep work. That does not mean in any sense that I'm not doing deep work in other moments of my day. I actually still do deep work even overnight. Like after I came back home from the gym at night, I do some preparation of my writing. I write articles, I prepare my posts. I do that everything because it's the time that I have available. And I still have the energy needed to do that because, and that is the last point of the discussion here in the circle, I try to find during my day points to recharge the brain. That can be a fun conversation with a friend. That can be watching something funny. That can be walking. By the way, walking is probably the best one to recharge your brain. If you can do that at least once per day, try to do that. Try that for 1 week and see the difference between the weeks that you didn't walk at all and the weeks that you walked every day. Your brain is refreshed after this walk, and you even can solve more problems just because you had that walk outside. Okay, so closing the loop, start your mornings slowly if possible. Control where and how you're spending your energy during the day, and try to find those moments where you can refresh, recharge your brain energy.